game they can win. Obviously, don't worry about it. And then they'll play FaZe. It's like, maybe FaZe is a bit too far. We'll come back to that anyway. We did promise to give you updates. There was the first one. I believe the Optic game is still going on. We'll get a score update for that as soon as possible. But looking towards this one, we see Overkill and Thermal Ban, as well as the Vespa.
Well, the Thermal Ban, can you scroll over just for a second to see which player decided to take that out? Because Overkill being gone is, of course, interesting because there's quite a few players that are not afraid to snipe. Looney is definitely one of them. We've seen Chino break it out as well. And then, of course, if you were with us for the previous game, Replays, was doing quite a bit of damage with that Thermal SVG. So, yeah, the double tack ban, no surprise there. We've seen that quite a few times. It's pretty standard, just like the overclock, high caliber, and rapid fire. But we're going to see what kind of specialists get used. I think it's going to be a little bit more straightforward as there was no, like, active
Chino going to take that overdrive, looking for that on one of the attacking rounds. See what he can do with it. Heat wave for both squads. Again, very normal for those. I'm expecting active camo. There's one from Happy. Octane's going to take the vision pulse. Maybe still active camo to come for a classic. It is going to be DT. They can probably, they're going to take kinetic. All right, that's so the difference is going to be vision pulse versus overdrive. We've actually seen that quite a lot this weekend. Just that one specialist difference from both squads. Bit of personal preference.
Yeah, Chino's been sticking with the overdrive quite a bit in S&D. I'm still a little bit flabbergasted that FaZe lost. Like, I'm still trying to cope with that. Like, we have to cope with a quad feed purifier to not necessarily win the game by himself, but make the biggest play of the game by far. One of the best plays of the entire tournament. And, like, there's so many emotions that are just running high here.
Just to go back to that, I know we've covered it already, but think about the scenario for that player. There are streaks raining down. So in a lot of situations, those players will be looking to stay alive so they can contest the hill. Now, he must have been super close to those streaks to be able to get in that hill that quickly and burn the players out from Rise.
Yeah, the actual character, the fire break specialist, is like a Chechen psychopath. So that's like very fitting that Chino just runs in, like doesn't care about like explosives raining in from the sky, just wants everything to burn and just makes it happen very successfully. And speaking of Burnsoff was actually talking about how like their team goals, yeah, they just kind of worked out this way. The team goals were basically, I think, to either place top 6 or top 4. That's what they just wanted to prove to themselves that they'd be able to do. They did not only that, but he's also talking about how well.
Yeah, I was the one who interviewed him, and he said this is us proving we are good enough.
Yeah, and not only that, he said he wants to go against all the best teams. I think it was like before the C9 matchup, he was like, I don't care who you give us, whoever you put in front, we have to be the best teams anyway. So they are making a very strong case for them being one of the top teams. If they haven't already proven that already. But of course, that's going to be coming later on. It looks like the score streaks are getting edited as we speak. The Banner Protects have come in. The specialists have been decided. Breach, S&D, DT versus Rise. Who do you give the edge to for this match?
Honestly, I think I'm going to go with DT a little bit here. I think they're obviously going to be super confident coming off that last one. And if you're Rise, you pretty much have the last game in your palm of your hand. And to kind of lose it in that sort of scenario, I mean, don't get me wrong, right? He's a veteran, so there's always going to be able to just move on to the next game here. But it does hurt. You do get a little bit of a punch in the gut when you lose a game like that, when you think you've got it won.
Yeah, and I'm kind of on the edge about this one as well because, you know, Rise is obviously a very talented team, but then at one point they were getting 6-0 by E6 and S&D, but then they come back and win 6-3. So there are times when they can just be absolutely on point, and then 10 minutes later they can just completely fall apart. So obviously they're going to be trying to bounce back, and I fully expect them to be able to. But at the very least, I think it's going to be another very close game.
Well, we're about to find out. Let's jump on to this Search and Destroy. And we'll start off with the attacking team. It will be DT. I'll have a quick look at what everybody's running. Oh, actually, interesting. Almost no perks there for Sender.
Well, perks, you know, as long as you have flak, that's a good thing, I guess. It looks like he was rocking the double nade danger close class. Chino, though, going to be able to get that first blood, of course. The trade comes in incredibly quickly. Diabolic is going to be shooting the same player. He's going to get traded, although it was Sender that got that kill. So very quickly, we're in a 2v2. Slack just trying to stay alive. He's actually in the mid box. Happy going to get the one burst with the RK5. That player was already weak. And very quickly, Looney in the 1v2. He's going to give his position away. Not able to clean up that kill. That would have been great for him to even up the odds at a 1v1. And it looks like that player is going to be getting the bomb down. And, well, Looney's going to figure that out in just a second. But Happy and Sender are in a very good position to get this clutch.
Can Looney do something here? Realistically, that first kill could be massive for him, and now they've got the information they need. This is where it goes bad for Looney. If you can't make that first kill and kind of punch and move and keep the enemy guessing, Oh my goodness, going for the wall bang!
Oh, that would have been a nice play.
How did he survive?
Yeah, and he got the 2 bursts, the first 2 at the very least when that player was
he's going for it. He's going to be
exposed.
challenged here. Surely he's going to go down. Yeah, down he goes. Happy will get it.
Yeah, Happy, we've seen him do this a lot in S&D where he plays kind of far away from the rest of his teammates. And obviously it worked out very well in this situation just because, you know, you can pop out right behind. About the easiest kill he's going to get. It's bit him in the butt occasionally where he's just all the way like in La La Land and then all the kills go down across the map. He's not there for the trades, but obviously in the 2v1 situation, pretty much perfect plays. But it is going to be DT, actually, not Rise, that got that first round win.
Right, on board with Slack to begin with, and it looks like a very aggressive push towards B. We're actually still on board with him. It looks like they're going to try and peek here just a little bit. You see several members. They've stacked it heavily. Clearly not worried about any push coming from mid. Slack still peeking. They're just trying to make a game of this here. Classic. He's actually going to go for this one. But Looney's actually ended up going down. And they will have the advantage. However, this is a key player we're about to see. It's going to be Chino. Chino, can you do something here on the flank? He tries to get it. No, goes down. Rise completely shut it down. Chino decides to throw the EMP. Wasn't able to pick up the kill either. So that flank came to nothing. And Looney doing really well there. And he picked up so many kills. Ended up charging them.
It was a pretty good round, I would say.
Yeah.
Bounced back, didn't really do too well over there on defense, but then immediately go for the quick plant. Not a single person on your team dies, get a clean 4 kills, all in the span of about 30 seconds. So that's something that Rise is capable of doing. They can just, you know, flip that switch, turn things on, and just completely run through their opponent. Now they're actually going for an interesting strat. They are rushing 3 people up mid-map. Happy's going to be the one to spot that and call that out. He was able to pick up 1 kill, and the player jumping top AC did get spotted, but right now this B bomb site not completely open, so Diabolic might not be able to get it down as there is a player over by Greenhouse, but all 6 players kind of spread out across this map.
Well, I think Diabolic was just double checking to see if he is secure to put that one down.
Interesting.
And Sender's going to be covering him. I don't think they actually know right now. Rise have no idea what's actually going on. But Diabolic's going to push forward. He's already lost his teammate. Sender's got down. He's trying to get that one back. He has. He takes down Looney. 2 versus 2. Chino actually comes to the bomb site to reinforce here. And it does look like Rise is going to come from the back.
Well, this is important for Chino as well, because he's pushing up with his teammate because the bomb got planted on the opposite side of what is usually done over here on B. And you see Classic, though, able to hunt down Chino. Chino not quite able to escape. Now Diabolic is going to be seeing that
surely.
Yeah, definitely saw that one player. He did boost up, and I think they might have heard him. It looks like one player's trying to chase him going mid-map. The other one's going to be defusing, and Diabolic has to check this bomb quickly. He might actually be able to make a play on this. If he gets the 1 kill, and both of them just line up for him. Although that does say round lost, so I'm not sure if that got defused or if that's just the graphic. Nope, Diabolic did get both the kills okay before it came in. I thought for a second, I always get confused.
I was about to say that was a very quick defuse if it was. But there we go. Big plays from Diabolic. He played his mind, and yet to be a little bit careful there. Obviously, he saw one player jump across, was worried about the information given away. Decides to go around. I mean, smart to plant the bomb that side.
Yeah, I was about to say, and there was a player top Greenhouse that easily could have picked him off if they were there, but as soon as that player rotated away, it's almost like DT had that 6th Sense perk on because they know he was gone, immediately recognized it, planted on the, you know, the unusual side, but hey, it panned out. Rise, though, we saw what they were able to do the first time around. They got the quick plane down. They completely ran over their opponent, and they're going to be going for the exact same thing once again.
Oh my goodness, Diabolic will take him down, and so will Sender take down another player. Oh my goodness, all of them going down. DT have left Slack in a 1 versus 4. Never mind. It's just like just got swept there. A little bit of tsunami coming in.
You know, I talked earlier about how DT is very good about fixing their mistakes during the duration of the game. The first round where Rise was on offense, they get the quick plant down, and they get all 4 kills. Well, talk about a bounce back right there from DT. And again, the graphics, I think that's actually our fault that we messed that up. I think we forgot to switch it for the teams. But either way, that is going to be DT. That is on top. And again, fixing their mistakes, immediately recognize that, hey, Rise is going to be going for that rush plant once again and completely pick them apart. Yeah,
it is our fault. That is the wrong way around. Never mind, we'll have to sort that out in the next one. We'll have to continue on for this one. But right now, on board with DT. And DT are the ones that are up 3-1. So Jumpers jumping on board. Looks like they're going straight down mid. Chino's actually going to be leading the charge here. And last time he did this, he got a few kills. Right now, no information available for Rise. They will not have seen anybody on this map.
Well, talk about mixing things up. I don't know how often we see the bomb go straight to mid-map and just kind of hang out. The A-bomb site is completely wide
Diabolic's
open.
going for it.
Diabolic is just going balls out. He's going to be on top of Greenhouse, and there's literally no one for DT that is going to be able to make that trade. And it looks like now Happy decides, I'm going to go over towards A, and Looney gets pretty good timing on that, picks him apart. Now that bomb is down mid-map. Sender and Chino are completely far apart, and you just see how far apart everyone on is Rise. They have everyone completely trapped. Classic gets the first trade, 1v4. Chino's able to pick up 1 kill, but it would just be insane if he pulls this off. He's going to get
swarm him,
well.
almost certainly. Gets another one though, manages to get it. He's going to get the R6 out, not quite able to pull that one off. Gets challenged, too many gunfights to win, one after the other. Wasn't able to do it there.
Yeah, no, it's a pretty much hopeless situation. And again, it helps us that we have the omniscience of knowing exactly where all players on the map at all times. So they rush the bomb mid-map. Diabolic tries to make a play, but unfortunately he ran into 3 players. There's nothing he can do. They could have planted it A pretty much, easily. Looney was nowhere to be found, but unfortunately they just did not make the correct play call. But again, they make all of these adjustments in game. We'll see what they do on offense next time.
Well, it looks like Looney's going straight through the middle here. Maybe a quick A plant. I don't think he's actually seen anyone yet here. His teammates actually going to be backing him up as well. Now, DT tried this, but DT stayed in middle, and that may have been their mistake and the reason they actually ended up losing that one. But right now, Rise are all over DT, and they're going to be able to get into a gunfight here, and already Looney will pick up the first blood. And you can actually see that it's been equaled up there. Sender will take down Classic, but DT must wonder what on earth is going on. Why are they in our spawn?
Yeah, Rise is just going with the old denial strats in S&D where they just run as a pack and just basically sprint around the map. And again, it's kind of like that, the shadow of like League of Legends or whatever it is, where the more map presence you have, you learn everything you possibly can. Meanwhile, gunfights are going down. It looks like Rise is coming out on top. You see Looney and Octane both able to pick up a kill. It is going to be a 2v1. Diabolic, though, this is the player you want in position to clutch if you are DT. He's able to pick up one. The second player is going to be right there for the
He has a heat wave. I don't know if he's going to use it.
Gets the heat wave, perfect use of that specialist, and again, that's the player you want in 1v2
Loves the
situations.
clutch, that player. Loves the clutch.
Oh yeah, absolutely clutch, and now DT is just in a fantastic position. Again, they're already up 1-0 in the series. Rise, you don't want them to get any momentum at all if you are DT, because again, Rise, very talented team, can completely start to run you over, so very nice job there by the man himself.
Right, well, let's go back on board with DT, and you got to say, Rise has lost 2 1v2s. Certainly not going well for them. It would be actually 4-2 if they managed to play the man advantage, but haven't done so far. And we are going to see Chino going to be rocking that, and he ends up switching it, just as I kind of highlight that he actually had out the SVG. Diabolic, they're being aggressive, but they are going to see Rise, who are also being aggressive on the defense. Going to go for it. It's not going to be able to win that one. Classic, I think, popped his active camo, but it has been equal back up.
Yeah, the active camo actually faded away at like the worst possible time, but he's still in the gunfight. Meanwhile, Rise is winning gunfights all over the place.
They can't win another 1v2. I mean, it's not Diabolic, it's Chino, but you'll see one. Did he see that play? I think he did. He's going to look for it. Not able to get it. Slack will be able to pick that one up here. He was actually ready for him, though, Chino. But there we go. 4-3 now. We are going to see this again in the final kill cam. I think he just saw his foot there, Chino. And you can see him pre-aiming with it. But perfect shots with Slack. He hit everything to drop in quickly.
And that's what he had to do as well, because Chino was definitely ready for that push. You see, he had to completely pre-aim. But each player in that situation making the correct call. Also, very smart as Chino as well to switch away from that sniper early on, because he would have been in pretty much no man's land if he had the sniper in that situation. Either way, though, back on offense, it does appear Rise, once again, just rushing to B as quickly as possible.
HCXD going in. Slack may push after this. Oh no, I think the trophy's coming in. Has completely stopped it. I mean, the EMPs have stopped anything they wanted to do here. Now, what can Rise do in the scenario? So many grenades coming in. He does have flak jacket though, but it's not enough for multiple grenades, which have eventually sent him down.
We've seen the danger close before, and that's why he had the 2 nades just in case any hit markers came in. Looney, though, was able to pick up a kill, an important one at that on Diabolic. And, of course, got to keep in mind he has that heat wave in his back pocket. Chino, though, mid-map was able to get one. Octane, though, going to be able to get that trade, and we have a true 2v2 situation, and it looks like Rise is going to be leaning over towards that A site, and they do have time to get this bomb down.
Well, it looks like you're seeing the buddy system coming from DT. They're well aware of what is happening here. Can they get a good angle when this bomb goes down? Always the most dangerous time, and one has already gone down. It's going to be Octane in a 1 versus 2. Can they win their own 1 versus 2 here? Rise, look at that cover. No, Sender will shut it straight down. So hard to take somebody down when on that bomb. The bomb is one of the best cover in the game.
Yeah, I was going to say Octane is in an okay position. He is behind the bar head glitch, but the bomb head glitch is nothing to be messed with. I think outside of like the one on Infection over by Barn, that's probably one of the best head glitches you can really have in the game. Every single bomb site provides very good cover. You can't actually wall bang the lower part of it. It's only that very top section that you can shoot through, and even then it takes so many extra rounds to go through. There's not too many amazing wall bang spots. Even earlier on, we saw Looney trying to wall bang someone on top broken, and he ate an extra 2 bursts without ceasing his life. But either way, it is going to be DT 1 round away, and you can see they're breaking out the different strats, rushing A and Rise. They're sending 3 people mid.
I'm going to go through the mid. Sender will call that one out, but not before he dies. And now, choices for DT. What do? They've also known that Happy is going to be hanging back here. He did get tagged up. DT look like they're going to go around the back. Now, realistically, if Happy can make a move here, maybe make some noise, just distract the fact that they have a big flank coming round. However, there is a gunfight going on. Diabolic will win that one as well. He's trying to get this one. Happy should really be able to pinch here, but they know he's there as well. And look at that, the rotation coming back in. There are people everywhere. Happy's going to go down. Surely he does. Rise going to pick him off.
Yeah, again, Happy kind of leaves himself in no man's lane. He did serve as at the very least as a distraction. You can see Rise began to 3-man push him, and then one of them just fell because of the flank coming in from Chino. But now Chino and Diabolic playing on complete separate sides of the map. And, of course, they're in the manage. Chino, though, was able to spot 2. His teammate, though, was going to fall. He's going to be in 1v3. He has some nades to work with, but I got to imagine this is going to be a round 4.
They're looking for him. They have no idea where he is. Unfortunately, look at the amount of guns he's going to have to try and beat if he wants to win this one. Not even going to get the first one down as well. And it is going to be Slacked who picks up that defuse. Rise staying alive here in the Search and Destroy. 5-3 to DT. Now 5-4.
And again, it goes back to that style from DT of S&D, where Happy is oftentimes just by himself. Sometimes it can pay off, sometimes it hurts you. And of course, when you're in a situation where you get first blooded, you need to be by your teammates unless you're going to have to make some sort of crazy play, because he was getting 3-man pushed by Rise. And if it wasn't for the fact that Chino, whoever it was, picked up a kill on the other side of the map, he was just going to be completely screwed. Of course, though, it is going to be Rise back on offense. They have been very keen on this B-bomb site so far.
Heatwave and Vision Pulse close. Does have the Heatwave here. Quickly check if there's any in play there. It's kinetic for Sender. It looks like Looney's going for this. Does have the Heatwave. It's going to be EMP though. Going to see a Patrick's right. Not going to be able to use it, unfortunately. And that maybe go down. Oh, it's going to be Octanes. Oh my goodness. DT completely just run them off the map. And they will end up winning map number 2. That's 2-0 now to DT.
And I'm not sure if that was in the game plan, but how effective were those EMPs on that map? Like we saw previously, EMPs shutting down the HC car as soon as it gets called in. But Looney, who was doing the most for his team, I think he finished off with 11 kills. Had the Heatwave was in a close range engagement, you would expect he's going to pop in that situation. But he gets EMP'd, and then he gets caught off guard because he gets pushed too quickly. So the EMPs were a pretty big factor in favor of DT. But in reality, when you're out there clutching 1v2s, you're going to win.
Yeah, I think that was the difference. Yeah. I mean, Diabolic did it twice, and Rise are really going to be kicking themselves over it as well. I mean, you don't have that happen to you and be okay with it.
Yeah, and you can just even see the scoreboard, like Looney trying to do everything he could, but then Slacked and Octane just not the best performances coming out of them. But
no.
It was kind of a collective thing. Again, DT was able to fix their mistakes as the game go on. The first thing Rise did on offense, 4-man hit the B-bomb site, got the bomb down right away, and just killed everything on the map. The very next time Rise tried the exact same thing, DT had the perfect counter to it. I think there was maybe 1 or 2 play call slip-ups here and there, but still they were able to close it out. Very nice game.
Yeah, it certainly was.